And I'm straight away going to go to my underappreciated performer of the week, mate. And it's a young man called Ethan Ampadu, who was at Chelsea not too long. I think signed for about $10 million. Welsh international. He's nearly 70 full international caps. He's a captain of the football club. He can play centre-back. He's been playing in a holding midfield with one or two either side of him. Yeah. Scored a goal this weekend, Rob. And he's one of those players, every time I see Leeds, I see the same level of performance from Ampadu. I see others around him playing some better on the odd days, many worse, not putting in the effort, not putting... This guy delivers the same thing week in, week out. And if you've got 11 Ethan Ampadus, you will stay in the Premier League. And I don't think he gets enough credit. And I don't think, with the back three at times, he's a guy sometimes who drops in. He's a guy who fits holes. He's a guy who, gets a goal, hasn't it? Definitely got an influence amongst the group. And I just think for a young player who I think started in Exeter's academy, goes to Chelsea, I think he only played one game for Chelsea, he's been around a little bit on loan, feels like he's got his place, he's got his club, and he's such an important part of what Daniel Farke is going to do if they stay in the league.
What's great about that, Rob, is that a real good friend of mine is a huge Leeds fan. And I talked about Ampadu with him a little bit because it's the position that I used to play a little bit. And he said, I'm not sure whether he's going to be good enough with his feet at the intensity, the highest speed of the Premier League. Yeah. And I think you make a great point. I think he's been pretty immaculate. I think he's been immaculate. So, he does sit in there and he keeps things mostly simple, but he sometimes has a little foray forward. As you said, he's a captain. I like it. I like it. And Leeds United is quite the story. I tipped them to get relegated. I said to the same guy, I said, you're only, it sounds harsh, but only your main hope is Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Because I like what you've done in the market. Some attacking players have come into the club. Okafor, I think, is a threat. I like the midfield because I see physicality. Anton Stack in the midfield there. And Altanako is a really good technical player. I think defensively, a little bit concerned with Pascal Strout back there that we saw before in the Premier League before. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. When teams get relegated, they often, almost always struggle to have a consistent goal scorer up there. Not always. We saw Liam Delap do good work with Ipswich. But if Calvert-Lewin can stay fit, he's a scorer. He's a Premier League scorer. And he's making a difference right now. And it's their main hope of staying in the division. And right now, wow. Once you get these fans going at Ellen Road and those songs come on and their anthem and stuff, it's a difficult place to go. So it's a fascinating watch right now. There's West Ham United and Nottingham Forest that are not enjoying what Leeds United are doing. And I'm really pleased with Daniel Farke because
5-point gap now.
He seems a great guy. That's brilliant going into Christmas. Brilliant.
Great.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host of NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And for even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock.